Hi everyone, and welcome to my live creative time today. My name is Mandy Witherby from Mandy's Papercraft Creations, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Sydney, Australia. It's great to be back for another week of crafting. I've got a really cute Christmas project for you today, so I'm excited to share that with you. But as everyone is jumping in, let me pull this up on my other devices so that I can see all the comments there. Alrighty, bear with me 2 secs while I just bring this up over there and over there. Okay, now I believe that some people are having trouble viewing this on Google Chrome, viewing Facebook Lives on Google Chrome. So if you are one of those people who have trouble viewing videos on Google Chrome, try a different browser. Perhaps try Firefox if you're an Apple user, or try one of the other. There's many out there. Yeah, just try using one of the other ones if you're having issues. So okay, let's see. I'm just trying to clear my screen off here. There we go. That's better. Okay, good. All right, so as you're jumping on, say hi. Let me know that you are here and you are watching. I think I've got the camera a little bit wonky today. There we go. All right, so feel free to craft along with me, or you can sit back and relax and just enjoy what I have to share with you today. Just fix that light because that one has dropped. There we go, that's better. So if you're watching the replay, thank you so much for coming back and watching the replay. If you're watching live, you will see the little red live button up in the top left hand corner, so you'll know that you're live with me. If you don't see that, then you are watching the replay. And thank you to those of you who are watching over on my YouTube channel as well. I do upload all of my videos over there to YouTube. So thank you so much for those of you watching there. And if you haven't yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, then feel free to subscribe. You'll see the subscribe button down on the bottom right. And then if you click on the little bell notification while you're there as well, you can choose how you would like to be notified when I upload new videos. And then that way you'll always be sure never to miss out on anything. Alrighty, so I have got a few things to share with you first before we jump into the creating. Now, first of all, I usually share a little bit about my weekend, or ask everybody else as well how their weekend has been. So if you would like to chat with me and let me know what you've been up to, how your weekend was, or how your past week has been, if you've done any crafting or anything that's exciting, then let me know. I'd love to hear about it. I had a fairly quiet weekend. Yeah, fairly quiet weekend. Nothing really exciting to report. However, my husband did put the, well, not that it's exciting, but my husband put the netting over our peach tree because the peaches are starting to grow. So just to ward off those fruit flies. Yeah, so that was something, and he just was tending the veggie garden. The veggies are growing well, except the basil. The poor basil was in a pot. It was going really well in the kitchen, on the kitchen bench, in the pot. Then it got transplanted into the ground out there, and it's not doing so well. So we're not sure if it's, oh, I forgot to put my devices on Do Not Disturb. So let me do that now. There we go. So yeah, so don't know if we're going to, if any of the basil is going to survive or not. We might have to end up buying some more, but it's not very happy. But everything else is doing quite well, so that's good. But yeah, nothing else. We didn't really do anything super exciting. I did a little bit more. I did some more cards yesterday, some more Christmas cards from the Christmas Everywhere card kit. I was doing some alternate projects yesterday. Because I do have a class coming up with that on the weekend actually, which will be awesome. So some of my class participants will be playing with the Christmas Everywhere card kit, and some will be playing with the new Rustic Countdown kit as well. So they had the choice of the 2 different kits. So that should be a really great weekend. Looking forward to that on Saturday. That should be lots of fun. Now, if you missed out on this one, then keep a look out because I might be running another one in November. So if you would like to join in on that one, then keep and watch out in my events. Hey Rose, how are you? Great to have you with us. Oh, it's cold down there today, is it? Cold there in Tassie. Okay, I'm not surprised actually because today is really, really windy here. It's been particularly gusty. So I would imagine that it, yeah, is quite cold down south today. So yeah. Did you do anything exciting over the weekend, Rose? Did you go out and about? Did you do any sightseeing, catch up with any friends, do anything exciting, or perhaps some crafting? I saw that, that Jenny had done some beautiful Christmas cards sometime last week, so that was really lovely. But Jenny isn't with us just yet. She might pop in a little bit later. So we'll see if she pops on. So yeah, so well, we might jump into a little bit of news then. So remember to be following me here on Facebook. If you haven't yet clicked on the I think it's called like now. I don't know, they keep changing it between like and follow on business pages. So whichever one it is at the top of my business page, make sure you've clicked on that so that you get notified when I put posts up, when I go live, when I have events that I post and things like that. Be sure that you are following and liking my page so that you'll see those notifications of all the goings on. Also too, don't forget I've got my blog as well. And my newsletter. So if you haven't yet subscribed to my newsletter and you like to be kept up to date with what's going on in the Stampin' Up world, then be sure to subscribe to my newsletter. You can do that via my blog. And my blog is mandyspapercraftcreations.blogspot.com. You'll see that down on the desk as well. So yeah, you'll see that when I tip the camera down. All right, so Stampin' Up has got an amazing joining special on at the moment. If you haven't yet seen this one is absolutely amazing. So because it's Stampin' Up's 35th anniversary this year, they have got a 35 promotion. So you can either get 35% off the price of the standard starter kit offer, or you can choose 35% more product and pay the usual starter kit amount. So what that looks like is, and I did record a video all about that last week, so if you'd like detailed information or if you'd like to see how much product you can actually choose in your starter kit, then feel free to go back and watch that video. You'll find that in my feed here on my Facebook page. Now, the starter kit is customizable. You can put whatever product you want in there. I just chose, for my video last week, I just chose some select products that were up to or close to the value of the starter kit so that you could see how much product you can actually get in that starter kit. So feel free to go back and watch that video if you would like some more information, or feel free to get in contact with me. And I do have a document with all of that on it, so I can send that to you as well. So option one is to get 35% off the normal price. So the normal price is $169, but with that 35% offer, you would only pay $109.85, but you still get to choose $235 worth of product. Now I'm looking down because I've got it printed out here so that I make sure that I give you the correct information. So that means that you will receive a total of $125.15 worth of free product, which is amazing. Like, that is so much free product. So that's the first option. The second option is you can choose to get 35% more in your starter kit. So you can pay $169, which is the regular price, but you get to choose additional product, 35% more. So you get to choose $317.25 worth of value of product in your starter kit. So that is $148.25 worth of extra free product. There you go. So that's lots and lots of product. So if you would like more information about joining Stampin' Up and about joining my team, please feel free to get in contact with me. There is never a silly question. I just want to put that out there because some people think, oh, I don't want to ask that because, you know, they'll think I'm silly, or that sounds like a ridiculous question. No, no, no. You can ask anything you like. And if I don't know the answer, I'll find out for you. But majority of those types of answers questions I can answer, because we were all back at the beginning at one point. And so, you know, and I'm one of those people that likes to ask a lot of questions and know all the nitty gritty about everything. So I don't mind you asking questions. So feel free to do that. Now you'll also get free shipping on that starter kit, as well as you will get free registration for the Stampin' Up on stage virtual event in November. Now that event is valued at $123. So those of us who are already demonstrators who have registered for that, we've already paid for that, and we had to pay $123. You get it for free if you join during this promotion in October. So I forgot to mention, this starter kit promotion runs until the end of October. So the on-stage events are always lots of fun. This year's one is, it's going to be on the 11th of November, but if you're not available that day, you will still be able to access all of the content online, like all the recorded content. You'll be able to get that online afterwards. So so that's awesome. Plus, of course, you will get all of the perks of being part of the amazing Stampin' Up family and my beautiful team. My beautiful team are called the Papercraft Gems, and we have a wonderful community, and we have team members from all across Australia. Every state of Australia we have team members, and it's just a really, really beautiful community. So if you would like more information about that, I won't go into all of the details, any further details, because I did talk about them last week as well, but I'd be happy to to have a chat with you if you're interested. So feel free to give me a call or email me or message me through Messenger. You'll find all of those details at the top of my my page, and if not, just flick me a message through Messenger. Alrighty, so that is the joining offer, which is amazing. Now, if you need catalogs, annual catalog, mini catalog, this is the current mini catalog, which we are playing with product from this one today, then please let me know and I can send you the link for my catalogs as well. In fact, let me put in the comments here, and I will put it in the description of the video as well, my Linktree link, because in there are all of my links for all of the different things, depending on where you want to go, what you want to do. So I will put that in the comments as well as in, so that's in the comments over here on Facebook, as well as in the description of the video, both on Facebook and Instagram. Oh, and not Instagram, YouTube, sorry. My mind is going in 100 different directions today. Alrighty, so I have got an upcoming class. I'm going to tell you about that, but I'm going to flip the camera down onto the desktop first, and then I'll tell you about that, because they are the products that we're going to be playing with today, and they are super fun and bright and colourful, and yeah, just really fun for Christmas. So let me cover up the camera. I'm going to tip it down to the desktop and we'll get started. All right, here we go. Bear with me one moment. And the reason I cover up the camera is because I've got some transitions to do here, and I don't want to make you all dizzy as I do that. Because, you know, some of us do get motion sickness, and I'm one of those people, so I totally understand. There we go. I'll just tighten all of this up. And we'll adjust the lighting. There we go. Alrighty. Oh, I think I got the camera reasonably straight today. That's amazing. It never normally happens first time. It usually takes me a few goes. All right. All right, so I'll just move those down there so that you can see. Okay, so my class that we have got coming up is my Merry, Bold and Bright card class. Now, registrations for this one close next Tuesday, the 24th of October. So you've got 8 days to register for this one. So the link will be in that link tree that I just popped up there, and you will find it in, as I said, I will put it in the comments as the details as well. So for this class, we're going to be using products from the Merry Bold and Bright suite, which is what we're going to be playing with today. So this one is just really, really fun. Now, I have to admit, when I first saw this suite, I thought, oh, I'm never going to use that. But I ended up purchasing it and fell in love with it and thought, oh my goodness, this is much more versatile than I thought, because you can also use this suite for birthday celebrations, other types of celebrations, not necessarily Christmas. And I'll show you some samples today too, to show you that. And the papers, they're so bright and colourful, like you can use them for lots of different occasions. They're really, really beautiful. Now for my class, my Merry Bold and Bright class, you will get half a pack of the designer series paper. You'll get 2 pieces of 6x6 of the Melon Mambo and Granny Apple Green foil sheets. So the full pack comes in 12x12 sheets, but we only need a small amount for the class. So you'll be given a 6x6 inch sheet of each of those. You'll get half a spool of the beautiful iridescent ribbon. That's the white iridescent ribbon. You'll get half a pack of the iridescent adhesive discs. I was so surprised when I got these. I'll show you them in person as we're using them today. But when I looked at them in the packet, I thought, oh, they just look like a flat sequin. Like I really don't see how I will use them. And then I ordered them and I got them in and I thought, oh my goodness, they're adorable. I love them, and the color and the shine on them. I thought they're more beautiful than I thought. So I will definitely use those. So yeah, this suite was just a really lovely surprise. Yeah, not what I expected. So it's funny, isn't it? We often see products in a catalogue and think, oh no, like I don't know how I'd use that, or, you know, that's not really my thing or whatever. Until we see somebody else use it, or until, you know, we get the product ourselves and start playing with it, and then we realize how much we actually do like it. So this was one of those suites for me, and now I love it. You will also get, the class price also includes shipping from Stampin' Up! Or project kits for the 6 projects. There are 3 standard cards and 3 fun fold cards. And you get the PDF tutorial as well. So this is a class to go. This is all the details here. This is a class to go. So you will create this class yourself in your own home, in your own time. So you don't need to worry about keeping up. So you can go at your own pace. But I will send all of those things to you. Now there is an option there as well for the PDF tutorial only. So if you are living outside of Australia, and you would still like to get the class because I can't send you the products, you could still purchase the PDF tutorial. Okay, we have some optional add-ons as well. If you want to add on the stamp set and dies to make your projects look exactly the same as mine, you can do that. And then I've listed the ink colors as well. If you don't have those and you wanted to add them on, you can, or you might like to substitute with something that you already have at home. All right, so if you are interested in that one, then definitely be sure to register for that. Oh, hey, Jenny, how are you? Oh, you got blown home from camping. Oh, I was just saying to Rose. Rose was saying how cold it is down there, and I just said to her it's blowing an absolute gale up here today too. So I'm not surprised it's cold down there. So windy too. Wow. Oh, what a shame that you couldn't continue your camping trip. Oh, that's a shame. Well, hopefully you'll get to go again soon. But better to be safe at home than out in that terrible weather. All right, so I'm just going to put the link for my class down here. There we go. All right. So there is the link for the class in the comments. And as I said, it'll be available in my linktree links as well. All right, so that's what we're going to be playing with today from the September to December 2023 mini catalogue. So let me show you the products up close. So this is the Merry Bold and Bright stamp set. And the images on the front are shown at 85%. So when some of these I've taken out already because we're using some of them today, but you'll see that they're quite a lot larger than you expect them to be when you just look at the front. Just so that they could fit all of those images on the case, they had to shrink them down. All right, then we've got the Merry and Bright dies. So these are the cool dies. Now the dies have dies to cut out the lights and the topper and the star and what else? And the filaments. But it also has, in fact, the filaments I think are an additional die. They're like a separate die, so you can die cut those out of, say, silver foil cardstock or something like that to make them, you know, shiny. But you also have these additional dies as well. You've got some of the ribbon strands here, which you have a stamp with the ribbons or the electrical cord strand, whatever you want to call that. What do you call that? Oh my goodness, I've gone blank. What do you call that? Like the cable that the lights hang on. I'm trying to think what they're called. Oh my goodness, I've gone blank. You know what I mean. And then you've got these cool little lights that are already on the strands here as well. So you can die cut those, and then you could color those. You can either die cut them in a single color, or you could then color each one of these lights, say with your Stampin' Blends or your Stampin' Write markers, and color each one of those little globes a different color, which would be super cool. Then you've got these little toppers. So this one here die cuts the stamped image, and then you've got this other one, which we're going to use today, which die cuts, hey Dimity, how are you? Which die cuts a separate one with a little bit of detail in them, and an embossed detail in them. We've got some little light rays here as well. Yeah, so really, really fun stamp and die set. Then we've got, just reaching over to get the papers, because of course we've got the papers, which are absolutely gorgeous, so bright and colourful and fun. And as I said, some of these can be used for projects other than Christmas. So this one, for instance, you can use that for birthday. Well, you can use it for anything really, can't you? But it's nice and bright for birthdays, other celebrations, or just fun cards. And then we've got some stars on the back of that one. We've got some fa la la, so of course that's more Christmassy. But on the other side, we've got these cool fun dots. Aren't these really fun, these colour dots? I love this one. I think this might be my favourite one. Oh, Amber just said she has an idea. The suite would be great for scrapbooking. Christmas lights, and the embellishments are nice and flat too. Oh, yes. Perfect. That's a really great idea. We should do that because we always go. Who else goes Christmas light looking at Christmas time? Do you go looking at all the Christmas lights at Christmas time? It's a really nice, beautiful, bold coloured one. Yes, we do. We love, especially the girls and I, and my husband, not so much my son, but we love going and looking at the Christmas lights at Christmas time. And we always have a light display at our house as well. So Christmas lights are a thing for us. It's part of our Christmas tradition that we like to do, not only to look at other people's lights, but also to have our own display as well. So yeah, I love that idea, Amber. Maybe that's another another Facebook Live I could do, is if you could find a whole heap of great photos of Christmas lights that we've done, and I'll turn it into a scrapbook layout. There you go. There's a challenge for both of us to work on together, Amber. A little collaboration. That would be a lot of fun. But how cute is this paper with all of the little Christmas lights? So adorable. Love it. Yeah, so there you go. So that's the designer series paper. So you can see how versatile it is with those patterns. And then we've got the beautiful Melon Mambo and Granny Apple Green foil. Now I won't take that out of the packet because it is already very reflective, as you can see. If I take it out of the plastic packet, it'll be even more so. But you get some of this, you get a little piece of this in the class as well. But that's really, really cool paper and goes, yeah, it goes beautifully with the DSP. Then we've got the gorgeous ribbon. This ribbon is stunning. I love this. I love anything that's iridescent and just throws off those beautiful pink and blue hues and purpley colors. It's probably not really coming up on camera as pretty as I'd like it to. Let's see, can we get the light on it there? It's always hard to show these things on camera and get the full effect. So we're using some of that, and these are the embellishments I was telling you about, and I really don't think these are going to show up as well on camera either because they're quite reflective, but they are beautiful. We've got green ones hiding up the top there. Can you see those? Can you see the reflection in those? Sort of can't really see the colors properly on camera, but they are really, really pretty in person. So I'm trying to get the light on there to show you. But anyway, yeah, so they are part of the suite and part of the class as well. So let me show you what we are creating today. Let me just pull this out of my little packet. Now I do have a couple of additional samples. I've got 3 additional card samples to show you at the end. So make sure you stick around for those. This is the card we're going to be creating today. How cute is this card? I love these little fun lights. Now, I've got a Christmas sentiment on there, but if you change that up with another sentiment, it could be a celebratory card for some other occasion using those colourful lights, because people use coloured lights to celebrate all different types of events, not always necessarily Christmas. It might be a birthday, it might be oh, I don't know, a christening, it could be anything, could be lots of different things. But how cute is this card? We've got a little bit of dimension on there as well. And we've got lots of bling on here with the gold foil and the embellishments. So let's get started, I say. All right, so let me show you the colours that we're using today. I'll put the ribbon up there. I'll move my keypad because we don't need that right now. Okay, so these are the same colours that we're going to be using in the class as well. So I think, let me double check that. Oops. Let's get my class sheet back out. So we've got grey granite, Granny Apple Green, Poppy Parade, Crushed Curry, Blueberry Bushel. And in the class, we're also using Melon Mambo and Lemon Lime Twist, which I haven't used today. But we're using them on some of the other projects. So they're the ones. Aren't they just such cool colours together? I love them. They look awesome. All right. I've got my stamps already mounted, ready to go on the blocks. Now, these are photopolymer stamps. So I'm going to be using a Stampin' Pierce mat today to give me a little bit of cushioning. And I forgot to pull out my grid paper. So I did get it out, and then I forgot to, let me just get myself organised here. I did pull it out and I forgot to put it down on my desk. So I'll just grab that because we are using quite pigmented inks today. Here we go. All right. Oh, I'll have to move these too, won't I? I'll put these on here. And then I can move this up, and let me get a little bit of blue tack to hold that down so it doesn't slip around all over the desk everywhere. We'll be going sliding. There we go. So is that about in the center? Thereabouts. Let's move this up a little bit, give us a little bit more space there. Let's see, how high up can I go with that? A little bit higher. Up there. There we go. That's good. All right, now if you like these products, if you just want to purchase these products and you didn't want to do my class, but you just want to purchase these products outright and you're shopping with me, this is my host code for October 2023. So please make sure that you use my host code when you're shopping with me, and all orders over $75, when you use that host code, you'll get a thank you gift from me. So be sure to check that out. Be sure to use that host code. Alrighty, I'm going to pop this card over to the side so that it doesn't get ink on it, so that we can get started. Let me take a little sip of my tea. I do have my tea today. I forgot to remind you or talk to you about my tea. I've just got ordinary English breakfast today. And it's very hot. Oh, I just burnt my tongue. Alrighty. Now, my kit. Let me pull out my little kit. Here we go. Oh, sorry, I've got 2 sample cards, not 3. I said 3 extra sample cards. I've only got 2. One of them was my kit for this card, which was in my little tote over here, my little tub. All right, so these are all the pieces, and I'll go through those measurements with you. But if you miss the measurements, don't worry, because I will be putting this up on my blog tomorrow. So you'll have all of the measurements there on my blog, and I'll post a photo of the picture with the link to my blog so you'll be able to find it. All right, so we're starting with a base of crushed curry. Now, I don't use a lot of crushed curry actually, but this was a great one, a great project to use with the crushed curry because it coordinates with the designer series paper and the inks that we're using. So yeah, so I thought it was a great way to use the crushed curry. So this one measures 14.85 centimeters by 21 centimeters, scored and folded in half at 10.5. All of my measurements are metric because that's what we work with in Australia. We work with A4 cardstock. So this is half of a sheet of A4 cardstock. Okay, so not all of these measurements will translate exactly in inches. However, in my class, all of the projects do have metric and imperial measurements. I should add, this is not one of the cards from the class. This is an additional project, okay? So in the class, there are 3 cards. There's 6 cards, 3 of which are fun folds, 3 which are standard cards. Plus, I'm showing you an extra one today. So this is an additional card, which you will have enough supplies for in your pack, in your class pack. Plus, I'm going to show you 2 other samples as well. So there's lots and lots of ideas for using this, this suite. Okay, so the next thing we have is we have 2 strips of the falala paper, the red falala. This one measures, both of them are 13 centimeters long. This one measures 2.5 centimeters wide. Actually, that one's for the bottom. And this one, the narrower one, is for the top. And this one measures 1.5 centimeters wide, or high, I should say. We have a basic white piece, which we're going to do our stamping on, which is what we will start with. This one is 14.85 centimeters by 7 centimeters. We have a basic white, we've got 2 granny apple green foil strips. These both measure 14.85 by 1 centimeter. Then we've got, that one wants to keep jumping over. I thought I had an extra piece of white there for a moment. Then we've got a little white strip for our sentiment, which is 9 centimeters by 1.5. And we've got a grey granite strip, which is 10 centimeters by 2 centimeters. Okay. All right. So we're going to start with our stamping. So I'm going to put all of these other pieces over to the side while we're doing our stamping. And we're going to start with our lights. Now with the lights, the best thing to do is to stamp the string first, or the electrical cord, whatever you want to call it, that the lights are hanging on. Okay, so we'll stamp those first. So we're going to use some grey granite for that. Let's get out our grey granite. Just grab my stamp. Now this stamp, being that it is a long, thin stamp, and it's quite pliable, the best thing to do is to lay, I've already put mine on my block, so I'm not going to do it again, but this is an eye block, so you will need a long block for this stamp because it's a long stamp, obviously. Place your stamp down on your paper first, okay? Stamp side down as if you were going to stamp with it. Let it relax into its natural form. Then take your block to the stamp and pick it up, okay? Don't put it down onto a sticky surface such as this desk topper. That's sort of like a grippy, sticky surface. I wouldn't put it down on there because it'll stick on there. Put it on a piece of paper where it can slide around and just move and relax into its natural shape. And then you'll need to put it diagonally across the block for it to fit properly. Okay. All right, I'm going to use my grid paper. Does anybody else use their grid paper? I'm going to use my grid paper to line up my piece here. And I'm going to judge the center about there, but I'm mainly looking at the that top horizontal line to make sure I've got my piece straight before I stamp it. Now this is a long stamp, so I'm going to take my ink pad to my stamp. So I turn it with the stamp side up, and I'm just going tap, tap, tap. We don't want to push hard. We don't want to push the ink pad down into the stamp. We just want to do tap, tap, tap until we've got a good coverage of ink. Now make sure if you are using photopolymer stamps that you do, I think my ink pad needs re-inking actually. I might test this on my grid paper first. Make sure you clean your photopolymer stamps before you stamp with them, because otherwise, I'm going to just test this over at the side here, because otherwise they tend to repel, oh no, that's good. They tend to repel the ink because they carry a little bit of manufacturing oil when you first get them. So be sure just to clean them before you use them the first time. You might need to do that and then dry them off on your scrap paper. All right, so here we go. So let's line this up across the card. Now I've got to get my head, actually I'm going to need to bring that down closer to me so I can see what I'm doing. There we go. Line that up across your card. Now it's not going to quite reach all the way across. I'm just going to angle that up that way a little bit more, or it might actually on this piece. Okay, so firm pressure. Try not to rock your stamp, because if you rock your stamp, you'll get, you could get shadowing. There we go. Now that actually ended up stamping quite dark. I thought it wasn't going to stamp quite as dark as that. It will lighten a little bit as it dries, but as you can see, it doesn't quite go to the edges because of the length of the stamp, but that's all good. Didn't need to go right to the edges. All right. Oh, now I am going to stamp the toppers as well, so I will leave this out, but then we're going to die cut. Hang on a sec, I've got ink on my, let me just clean myself up here. I've got ink on my finger. I'll clean that up. I'll clean up my stamp and then we'll move on. There we go. Okay. Alrighty. Now we are going to stamp the toppers as well, even though we are going to use the die cut piece on top, because it'll help us to line everything up. Okay. If we were just using just the toppers and then trying to line them up with the bulb, it will be hard to get them lined up in the right spot. So I just found that was easier, and I'm going to do one globe at a time. So I'll get my colors ready. Get my Poppy Parade ready. Okay, and I'm going to start with the red one first. So on the end, so I'm going to stamp the topper. We want to stamp them at a little bit of an angle. Just check that one. Yep. Okay. I'm going to stamp them at a little bit of an angle, angling in slightly. And just over the top of the string there, okay? Then I'm going to come in with my Poppy Parade and I'm going to stamp my bulb. So it's a lovely deep colour. All right, so then we just got to line that up. Stamp down. Just hold that for a moment. Let the ink transfer onto your cardstock. And there you go, beautiful. Now, if you wanted to, I'm getting okay stamping without the Stampin' Pierce mat, but if you find that you're not getting a good, I did get it out to use it and I forgot to put it under my piece, but that's okay. If you're finding you're not getting good ink coverage when you're stamping, especially with these solid shaped dies, try the Stampin' Pierce mat. This is a foam mat that Stampin' Up sells. This is one that has been, had a design put on it for me for on stage last year. Thank you, Shani. This is a special gift from one of my beautiful friends. But it gives you that cushioning underneath your stamped piece and does give you a nice finished stamped image. So yeah, so if you're struggling with your photopolymer stamps, try using the Stampin' Pierce mat. I find it very, very helpful. Now, make sure you clean this before going to your next colour. So I'll ink it off on my paper there and then give it a good clean, especially with these deep pigmented inks, because the photopolymer does like to hold those deep pigments. And just test it on your paper, make sure it's coming clean. All right, so let's do the next one. And the next one I'm going to put about here. Now, oops, I've got a bit of ink on the inside. No, that's okay. I'm going to put about here, and we're going to put at a little bit of an angle that way. Okay, now that colour will lighten up a little bit. I'm going to use crushed curry. You can see the difference between the colour here and the colour of the string. I'm not sure if that'll show up really well on camera, but the string has already dried, but this one is still wet, so it looks, you know, quite a bit darker. All right, so we are using crushed curry. So get a nice good coverage of ink on there. Oh, I don't know if I lined that up quite right. Let's see. Oh yeah, no, that's good. I thought I was off a little bit then, but all good. Okay, give another clean. Oh, you had a phone call, did you, Rose? Sorry, I just looked up and saw your comment. That's okay, no worries. Thank you for coming back. So tell me, has anybody else got this this bundle yet? This stamp set or this suite? All right, so this one is going to be stamped on the little swirly piece here. I'm going to stamp it going the opposite direction this time. And this one's going to be Granny Apple Green. Now, we were noticing yesterday that my Granny Apple Green was stamping quite dark. I think I must have re-inked it not long ago. So it's very, very inky right now. Okay, so this time we're going in this direction. So angling a little bit to the right. There we go. How cool are they? They're so fun. That one will hopefully go a little bit lighter than that. It did on my original one, so it should lighten up as the ink dries. There we go. And the last one is going to be the Blueberry Bushel. Now, putting together the layers on this card will be pretty quick, I think. She says. We'll see how we go. But yeah, it's just mainly the stamping and the die cutting that just takes the time. So inking back up again with the grey granite for our last one, and we're going to angle that one over this way. There we go. So finish with that one. We'll close that up. And then we've got our Blueberry Bushel. And line that one up. So when I'm lining this up, I'm just looking through the block and lining up just the edge. Oh, that one's a little bit off, but that's okay. We're going to put a topper on it anyway with the die cutting. Just lining them up, just slightly overlapping the topper there so that they're in the right position. Except that one was off to the side a little bit, but that's okay. That'll be all right once we add the topper. Now, you could just do it like that. You could just use them like that without the die cut topper, just simply using the stamp set. But I want to add a little bit of extra texture. So you don't need the dies necessarily for this particular card. If you didn't want to get the dies, you could just use the stamp set. But I'm going to add the dies. But before we do that, I'm going to stamp the sentiment while I've got the blue ink pad, the blueberry bushel. Hey Fee, how you going? Great to have you with us. All right, so I'm going to be stamping the Merry and Bright, which thankfully they are separate. So you'll notice that the sentiments are separated like this so that you can piece them together and use them in different combinations and in different ways, which I love. I love that. And then you've got these other sentiments here as well that you can use. And oh, what fun. That doesn't necessarily have to be used for Christmas. That can be used for anything. But you've also got love. And yeah, so you can use it. You can even, you know, you can use these in all different ways, which I really love that. All right, so we're going to stamp this onto our little sentiment strip. Let's do the Merry first. So I'm doing them in order. Okay, so I don't really need to line this up because we're going to fussy cut around these. So there's our Merry. Leave a little gap in between so that I can easily cut around them. And Bright. Oh, that one was a little bit splodgy. That one was a little bit splodgy. Let's see if I can stamp another one. Actually, I might just clean. Let me just check. It might be, I think I've got a little bit of lint on that stamp. So I'll just give that a little clean and I'll do that one again. Let's just test that. That's better. Yeah, I had a little bit of lint on there. So I'll just stamp this one on the back again. Set up that end. Let me make sure I do it up the right end. Yep. So just stamp that one up here. That's better. Good. Alrighty. Okay, I'll give this one a clean and this one. Love my Simply Chamois. It is such a great cleaning tool. I forgot to clean my little light topper too. My daughter actually said that she thinks that this little light topper could also be used as a padlock, which I thought was a great idea. It does look a bit like a padlock. So that would be another great use for it. Okay, so I'll grab my snips out. We will cut out these sentiments. Oops. So we're just going to leave a little white border around them. Make sure I flip that over so I use the correct one. So these ones are pretty easy to cut out because they're just straight edges and they're not too long. So it's not too tricky to cut them out. Just take your time. Make sure I'm doing the right one. Yep, good. I should have my glasses on to do this though, but I don't have them with me. They're over on my other desk. Would mean I would have to get up and move. So we'll just wing it. There we go. There, so there's our sentiment. All right, so we're going to die cut the tops, the little toppers. There are 2 of each type in the dies. So we'll be able to do them quite quickly. We'll be able to do them with one pass. Oh, hi, Danielle. How are you? It's lovely to have you here. Congratulations on your marriage. I saw your beautiful photos yesterday. It looked absolutely stunning. It looked like it was a really beautiful day. All right, so I'm going to die cut these. And my plates. There we go. I've dumped everything on top of my plates. Okay, so this is the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. If you haven't seen it before, it's a great little die cutting machine. It comes with all of the plates that you need to use for your die cutting and also your embossing, both ordinary embossing folders and 3D embossing folders. So we're going to start with our base plate number 1 and clear plate number 2. Then we're going to put our cardstock down, our 2 little toppers. So we've got 2 of those in the die set. Then we're going to put our clear plate over the top. And we're going to take them through. Danielle says, thank you, Mandy. It was a beautiful day and you're going well. Oh, fantastic. Are you on your honeymoon? Why are you watching me on your honeymoon? Oh, that's funny. But it's lovely to have you here. And I'm glad that you had a beautiful day. Everything just looked so beautiful. Everyone looked wonderful. And the bridesmaids looked beautiful. And, oh, you're leaving on Wednesday. Fair enough then. Fair enough. Where are you heading to for your honeymoon? Yeah, everything just looked so stunning for your wedding. I loved seeing the photos. Page Boy and Flower Girl, of course, were gorgeous. And, yeah, it just looked like a really beautiful day. There we go. So we'll die cut 2 more. Oh, you're going to Ellie Beach. Beautiful. Oh, you'll have a wonderful time. I hope you'll have lovely weather. Oh, hey, Deborah. How are you? Great to have you here. Deborah says she's been, oh, you've been watching in the kitchen while you've been crumbing chicken Brunswicks. Oh, that sounds yummy. All done and now you're sitting down. Oh, fantastic. Oh, that sounds really yummy. What's in a chicken Brunswick? Sounds quite fancy. Sounds like something I might like. Not because it's fancy, but because it sounds yummy. There we go. So there we've got our 4 little light toppers. What do you call that part? Does anybody know? What do you call that part at the top of a light bulb or light globe? The filament is the part that's on the inside, but what do you call this? What do you call this part? What do you call this part of the globe? I don't know what you call that part. Oh, chicken drumsticks. Oh, not chicken Brunswick. Well, chicken Brunswick actually sounds very fancy, doesn't it? It sounds yummy. But chicken drumsticks sound just as yummy. I wonder if there is actually a chicken Brunswick. Wouldn't that be funny if there actually is? Chicken drumsticks. Yum. Yum, yum. Do you fry your chicken drumsticks, Deborah, or do you bake them? I'm a bit of a chicken when it comes. I didn't mean any pun, but it actually came out that way. I am a little bit frightened to deep fry anything. My mum used to deep fry a lot, you know, when we were growing up and stuff, but it's always frightened me with that bubbling hot oil. I'm always worried that I'm going to burn myself or set something on fire. So I don't really deep fry. Shallow fry in the pan, but not deep fry. All right, so I'm going to put the little toppers on, and what we're going to do is we're just going to stick them over. So as I said, you can use, if I can pick them up, you can use the stamp set just like that, just as it is, because you've already got the little toppers there, but I wanted to add a bit of texture. So I'm going to stick these straight over the top. They are actually the same size. So yeah, so they're easy just to adhere over the top. So I'll just add a little bit of glue on here and line them up. There we go. Cornflower crumbs with lemon herb and in the oven. Oh, yum. They sound so good, Deborah. Yum. Maybe I should come to your place for dinner. I'm joking. I'm not inviting myself. They do sound yummy, however. I need to do something exciting like that for my... I get so sick of cooking the same things all the time. My boys are quite fussy. Well, my husband and my son, they're quite fussy. Amber's vegetarian, so she often just cooks her own meals anyway. Or sometimes she'll cook for me because I like vegetarian food too, even though I'm not vegetarian, but I will eat what she eats. So sometimes she cooks yummy things and we share them. But my boys are just so hard to cook for because they're so fussy. But they would probably like that though, Deborah. They'd probably like some drumsticks with lemon. My husband loves lemon. My husband's favorite thing is, like, if we ever order Chinese food, he gets lemon chicken. And he only drinks lemon cordial too. He doesn't drink water. He only drinks lemon cordial. And he loves lemon cake. So he does like lemony things. Cornflower crumbs. Okay, so I'll have to find out from you more about the cornflower crumbs. If that's a different, if that's just cornflower. Is it just cornflower or is it actual breadcrumbs, but it's made from corn, like rice breadcrumbs? Because I know you can buy rice breadcrumbs because I'm gluten-free, so always looking for gluten-free options. Deborah, Dimity's flying down as well from Darwin to come to your place for dinner too. She likes the sound of your dinner. You're going to have a full house with all of us there. All right, there we go. So there we've got our cute little light toppers. See, that just adds a little something to them, doesn't it? Just adds that little bit of texture and a little bit of something. So really cute. All right, so let's pop all of these layers together. Oh, cornflake crumbs. Cornflake crumbs. So I have got some gluten-free cornflakes in the cupboard. Oh, yummy, yummy. Now you've got me. Yeah, I'm going to write it down on my sticky note and I'm going to have a go at that. So, how much lemon do you add? Now we're doing, we're deviating, people. We're jumping into recipes. Lemon and herbs. Okay, so how do you add the lemons is what I want to know. So cornflake crumbs, or crushed cornflakes basically, herbs, and lemon on chicken drumsticks. Yum, that sounds so good. So do you use the zest of the lemons or do you use lemon juice in that? All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add these strips first to the back of this white piece, and then that'll help me to line up, the sentiment will go on last, and then that will help me to line up these two strips to get them in the right spot. But oops, got glue on my finger, they're sticking. Okay, so I'm going to add a little strip of glue just along the top and the bottom, but I'll do them one at a time, just so that I've got enough time to maneuver those pieces. So I'm going to pop this down on, actually, they're a little bit curly because they're the foil. So I'll just do this, line this up carefully. There we go, like that. So we end up with about a 2mm border. So just shimmy that across a little bit because we've got the liquid glue there. And we can use the grid paper. Look, I'm using my grid paper to see if that's lined up straight. Let's see. Oh, not too bad. Down a little bit on this side. Just tap, tap, tap. There we go. And then once I've got that straight, I'll give that a nice firm press. You want to be careful not to add too much excess glue because you don't want it oozing out over the lemon foil. So that, ooh, Master Foods lemon, herb and garlic spice blend and mixed herbs and a bit of garlic salt. Oh, yum. Yum, yum, yum. Okay, I'll have to look for that. Thank you, Deborah. Yum, you've just inspired me. I'm going to make that this week. I'll have to get, I think John's going to the shops tonight, actually. I'll get him to get some of that herb mix. Thank you. That sounds so yummy. So I always end up cooking the same things and I get so bored. Like, I was brought up with a very, a fairly broad palette, except for spicy foods. Mum and I never really did spicy foods. But yeah, my mum was a really good cook, so we always had different types of meals. And my husband just is so fussy. He doesn't eat a lot of that stuff. So there we go. So there we've got our cute little, all right, I'll just give that a firm press on there. Just got a little bit of glue just there from my fingers. So I'm just going to use my little, I've got this little glue eraser. You can find these online. Stampin' Up! Doesn't sell these anymore. They used to at one point, but they don't have them anymore, but you can find them online. There we go. And that just takes off any of those extra little globby bits of glue that you don't want. The only thing they don't work on is foil cardstock. So you've got to be really careful about getting glue, not getting glue on the front of your foil cardstock, because it's really hard to disguise it then. Okay, there we go. So this is going to go across the front there. So then we need to add these strips. Again, using my grid paper to just line this up to help me get this straight. And that's going to go in the middle. We're going to leave about a little 2mm border, top and bottom again. And you kind of want to try and line up the edges too. So it looks like it's one continuous piece, but in fact it's two pieces. And that then saves you some designer series paper, because if I used one whole piece, which would have been easier, but we would have wasted all of that in the middle there, whereas we could use that extra piece, you know, on other projects. So, okay, so let me just double check if I line those up there. Is that going to, yep, that's going to fit beautifully. Okay, good, good. All right. Ooh, Deborah said if you want it more lemony, add some lemon rind. That's a great idea. Yes, I will probably do that actually, because my husband loves stuff that is lemony. Great idea. I'm going to have to come back and screenshot your comments there, Deborah, so that I can get the name of that. Or perhaps if Amber's on, Amber could screenshot it for me so that I can get the name of that, because I didn't write it down. Master Foods. I remember it was Master Foods. But I'll write it down so that hubby knows exactly what he's got to get at the shops. Because if it's not written correctly on the list, he comes home with all sorts of weird and wonderful things. So we have to make sure that we write down exactly what we want. All right, there we go. So just lining that up on that grid paper. Sorry, not on my grid paper, on my card front, but using the grid paper to help me to get things aligned. There we go. And we'll use this extra strip here as well. There we go. So if anybody else has got any, what's everybody else having for dinner? Is anybody else having something really yummy? Give me all your yummy recipes. Make me hungry. And I'll do a gluten-free modification. Oh, that's the only thing too. So I'll have to check, Deborah, if if that spice mix is doesn't contain any gluten. But if not, I might be able to modify and do something from scratch that'll be similar. There we go. Okay, sorry, I was being a little bit particular with those, trying to make sure that I've got them lined up equally along the edges there. And if I line that up here along this grid line, down here, I can see, oh, I've done a good job. These ones actually align this line, yep, and that's a continuation. Yay, good. All right, now this piece is going to be popped up on dimensionals. So just cap my glue for a moment. We'll get those dimensionals. Where did I put those? There they are. All right, did you see this trick I showed the other week about putting a Sharpie line on the back of your dimensionals so you can see if you've removed your backings or not? So that's a new thing. I mean, it's not a new thing. It's not actually a new thing. It's a new thing to me. I discovered other people doing this online, other Stampin' Up! Demonstrators doing this online, and I thought, oh, that is a brilliant idea, because I often have trouble seeing if I've removed my backings from my dimensionals. Oh, Rose is having lamb steaks, roast veggies, and gravy. Yum, that sounds great also. Yum, yum. I did ask my husband the other night to get some chops, some lamb chops, but I think he came home with none. So I forget what he said about that, whether or not they didn't have any good ones or they were too expensive or what it was, but he didn't come home with any. So it's a bit disappointed. I like a good choppy. All right, so now we're going to line this up towards the top a little bit more. So we've got less of the fa la la showing at the top than what we have at the bottom. Hang on, I haven't got this straight here on my grid paper. All right, here we go. And it's going to be edge to edge. So there we go. We want to see a line of fa la la there at the top. So move that across. So we've got that lined up. And is that straight? That's not too bad. Let's have a look on our grid paper. Line that up. Did you know that everyone can purchase this grid paper? It's actually available in the online store. If you weren't aware of that, because I think some people don't realise that it's actually available to everybody. It's not just for demonstrators. And it helps to keep your desk surface clean, but also you can use these grid lines to help you line things up. And on the other side so this is the centimetres or metric side. On the other side, you've got inches. So yeah, depending on which measurements you like to use, and there's something for everybody. And it comes in a huge big pad of paper, so it lasts for a really long time, which is great. All right, so I'm going to use some mini dimensionals on the backs of my sentiments just because they're a little bit narrower. There we go. And I might cut some of the edge pieces so that we're utilising those. Just grab my tape snips. I'm just going to trim this down a little bit so that it's not too wide. Did I make that too long now? Yes, just a tad. I'll take a little bit off the end there. So I use a separate pair of scissors for my tape so that they do tend to get a little bit sticky. And I don't want to ruin my good scissors that are for cutting ribbon and cardstock. Some people have 3 pairs. Some people have separate pair for ribbon and a separate pair for cardstock as well. But I don't. I just have the 2 pairs. All right, so we're going to put our Merry and Bright on there. So let's pop our Bright down here. Let's go about there. Hey Glenda, how you going? Lovely to have you with us. How are you? How are things up north? We've got very windy weather down here down south. And it's been a little bit crazy. There we go. Cute. Oh, look at that. So adorable. All right. So now we've got our bow. Now I have already got a bow that I've pre-prepared. So I don't have to tie that. I don't have to take time tying that. But this is the ribbon that I mentioned before, which is the white iridescent ribbon. It's so pretty and shiny. But to save a bit of time, I tied my bow ahead of time because, you know, sometimes when I'm filming live, my bow tying can be a little bit challenging. Whoops. So I just thought, oh, I'll save a bit of time, do it ahead of time today. I'm going to add 2 glue dots onto this one because this is quite a thick ribbon. So I want to make sure that I've got a good coverage of dots there. Lovely weather up there. Oh, there you go. Well, that's good. Yeah, very, very different to down here. And my ladies down in Tassie were saying that it's really cold and windy down there too. So it must just be all down the south. So there we go. We've got our little bow there, which is really cute. I probably could have tied that just a little bit tighter, but that's okay. That's all good. And now let's add our bling, our blingy bling bling. I love this bling. It's so cool. I actually thought these would be bigger, but I love the size that they are because when I actually thought they were going to be bigger, I thought, oh, I don't think I'm going to like them. But I really love them. I really love the colour that they are. So we'll pop a red one there. We're going to use all red ones to match in with our fa la la paper. There we go. I mean, you could add a stack more as well if you wanted to, but I think that's great just as it is. So there we go. So that wasn't too hard to put together, was it? It was just the time in the stamping, and even the die cutting didn't really take time today. So there you go. What do you think? Do you like that? Sorry, excuse my just ignore that messy bit of. Let's put that there. Messy bit of stamping just there. But how cute are they? What do you think? Do you like that? A nice quick and easy card to put together. And yeah, just really effective with those colors. Now, I said that I had some additional samples to show you. So those of you that have stuck around, I've got those to show you now. So thank you so much for sticking around. I'm just going to scroll back up first before I do that to make sure I haven't missed any comments. Oh, Deborah's written. I'm just going to write down that mix, the Master Foods mix before I lose that. Master Foods, lemon, herb, and garlic. Lemon, herb, writing it down in my scratchiest writing, and garlic, spice, blend. Oh, it has rice flour. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Deborah. That's awesome. I should be able to eat that. Yay. Oh, so exciting. All right. Okay, let me show you these other samples that I have for you today. Okay, so we have got this one, which is a really simple, quick and easy one, just using those the light strands as streamers. So how cool is that? You can use that for, that'd make a really great birthday card, celebration card, great for kids cards too. And I've got some of that bling on there in the different colors as well. So we've got like confetti, kind of looks like, oh, I know you're not picking up the blingy bling. I'll bring the light right over the top. Is it going to pick it up? It's hard to pick up the bling on the camera. But yeah, but that sort of looks like confetti and streamers. Oh, there we go. I think we're picking up a little bit of the bling now. How cute is that? So cute. And if you don't like the oh, what fun sentiment on there, if you think that still sounds a little bit too Christmassy, just use one of your other sentiments on there. Some sort of birthday or celebration sentiment. And I've got another Christmas card to show you, which is really cute. I love this one. A merry and bright Christmas to you and yours. How cute is that? And I've put a little green tree trunk there to match the green. Sorry, did I just say green? I meant pink. It's Flirty Flamingo, to match the Flirty Flamingo in the paper. But it kind of looks a little bit like a musk stick, don't you reckon? Like a cut down musk stick. But I think it's really cute. I think it's really cute. And this one is actually the topper, the light topper. I've just cut off the little loopy bit at the top to create the tree trunk. So you can do that in, you know, whatever color suits you. But it just gave an extra little pop of color. How cute is it? So there you go. So there's 3 additional cards. Now, as I said, these 3 cards are not cards that are from my class, but these are additional projects that you can create with some of the products in the class. So there you go. So there's 6 projects in the class, plus there's another 3. So there's 9 projects that you can create. So there you go. So I hope that helps you. So again, if you would like to register for my Merry Bold and Bright card class, be sure to register before Tuesday the 24th. I will be advertising that later this evening. So look out for that, and that'll have the link and everything. But I will pop the link. Oh yeah, I was just going to say, Amber, good pickup, Amber. I was just going to say I will pop the link in the comments. I popped it in further up, but I'll put it in again now. Pardon me. I'll just bring my keyboard in. I will pop it in again now. If anybody is interested, you can jump on that straight away. Just check Merry, Bold and Bright. Yep. There we go. So just pop that in the comments as well. Anybody watching over on YouTube or watching the replay, you'll be able to find the link for the class in my my Linktree link that I will add in the description of this video. Okay, so there you go. Aren't they really fun? So yeah, I'm so surprised with this suite. As I said, I love it much more than I thought I was going to. Oh, thank you everyone. I'm glad that you love that. Oh, you all love the tree as well. Yeah, just creating that tree with using the sentiments is such a great idea, isn't it? I think I'm going to make quite a few of these for Christmas. Yeah. All right, well, I'm going to tip the camera back up so that I can say goodbye to you in person, face to face, as I always like to do. Wait a minute, I've got to find the camera to cover it up properly. There we go. All right, bear with me for a moment. Okay. Alrighty, there we go. And I will tip the camera up. I mean the lights up. I've tipped the camera up. There we go. So there you go. So a few different, these are not my traditional colours that I would normally use or typically use for Christmas cards. But I really love it. I really love the fun in it, and I think it's great to change things up and use different colours and different, you know, different types of products for creating Christmas cards. So I hope that that gave you some more ideas and some creative inspiration. Even if you took away, even if, you know, maybe that stamp set's not really you or not something that you like, but perhaps you could use the layout with other products as well. Or perhaps you could use this kind of layout with other products. And this layout is basically, this one is basically the same, almost the same as this layout. Just if you turned it sideways, see how they're pretty similar. A little bit of difference, but kind of the same kind of idea. So there you go. So I hope that you got a little bit of inspiration from those projects today. Ah, you're welcome, Fee. I'm glad you liked those. Yeah. Rose just said she's surprised what you can do with it. Yeah, I was as well. I was so surprised when I got it, because looking at it first time in the catalogue, I'm just like, yeah, nope. And just, you know, kept flipping pages, because I just thought, no, that's not me. That's not my style. That's not what I like. And then when I got it and I started playing with it, I'm like, I actually really love it. So I surprised myself. So there you go. You should never prejudge a product until you've had a go or seen what somebody else creates with it. You just never know. What do they say? You never know. No. If you don't have a go, you never know. Yeah, something like that. Anyway, so there you go. All right, well, I hope you all have a wonderful week. I'll be back again next Monday afternoon at 4 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. I've got to remember that we are on daylight savings now. So I look forward to seeing you all then. I hope you have a great week. I hope you fit in a little bit of crafting in your week. And yeah, take care everyone. I'll catch up with you really soon. And remember, I'm always here if ever you've got any questions. Just flick me a message through Messenger. There's a message button at the top of my page. You can just message me there. All right, take care. God bless. And I'll see you all again soon. Happy crafting, everyone. Bye.